So I'll fit in the e-gasket now in the sash. You can see I've already fitted a piece in. Just a straight 90 cut. You can see that's the gasket shape. Yeah. Make sure you put the outer fin section, this section here, and this is to the inner. Yeah. So again, just butt up, push in, and there we go. That's all fine. Just repeat all around the sashes. Next step is to we're just going to put together the shoot bolt assembly on this section of the sash. So this is your shoot bolt lock mechanism. So you can see we've got a plain side and a side with holes in. This side with the holes in always needs to go to the outer side of the sash. Okay, so we're just going to insert into the rebated section that we've already put in there. This is our locking handle. And we want it to be in the open position, so this is the open position in towards the glazing unit. That just slots into that section there. Yeah, make sure it's nice and square. Then we have 2 machine screws. They go into the actual lock casing itself. Make sure when you tighten them up you don't over tighten them. Okay, and that's your lock assembly all fitted. The next part to the shoot bolt assembly, which we've just installed the lock mechanism, is the shoot bolts themselves. So we have a top section and a bottom section. So that's denoted by, so this is the top section cap piece, and this is the bottom section. So you can see it's a lot bigger and a lot thicker. We also have a nylon bolt section and then the screwed rod. The screwed rod just basically screws into the actual screwed rod. If you see there's a screw inside there. It is quite tight to get in there. It's about as tight as a Lancashireman's wallet apparently, because I'm from Yorkshire, obviously we're really generous people. The easiest way to measure the length of the bolts is if you were to put the top cap section in just there, and if you measure from the actual edge of the flat face of the cap section to the centre of this little hole here, that's the distance you need to cut your screwed rod to insert into the bolt. And the same distance, well not the same distance, but the similar principle for the bottom one as well, which we'll go through in a second. So to basically fit this, we're just going to insert this bolt and rod into this section here. I'm just going to screw it into the actual lock body section. So just start to screw it, because you can see down through the routed bit, you can just pop it out. It also has a flat section, and it has a corresponding flat section in this top cap plate and bottom cap plate. So you just want to keep winding it, and you want to stop it, or stop winding until, so that's the lock position. So in the open position, the bolt itself, that was a good guess, it's pretty flat with this outer rim. So that's the correct position for the top one. The bottom one's slightly different, which we'll go through in a second. We're just going to fix it through temporarily into this thermal break section, the 2 screw holes below this section. Pop that in there. Okay, that's that done. So we're now going to do the bottom one. So the bottom one, again, same thing again. Just going to insert the bolt, start to turn. But this time, instead of the actual bolt section itself finishing flush, so that's way too deep, so we just need to let some back out. Probably set to there. When it's in the open position, the bolt itself, probably one more turn. So the chamfer wants to finish level with this outer rim. So you can see there's just the chamfer, this chamfer part wants to finish just there, level, which there is. Again, we're just going to fix this into the thermal break at the bottom. And the last part is your cover cap. So your cover cap section is just a capping section that goes across here. So we're going to pop these in now. Just going to pop them on. See, there's two threaded holes, two cap sections for these here. So they're just going to go in there, like so. And there. You don't have to over tighten them. And then the second one down this end. Okay, that's actually for lubricating our oil, just to keep the lock mechanism nice and free. So that's all assembled. Okay, so we put the third sash together. The next bit we're going to create is the Euro groove for the multi-point locking, and this is made by an add-on section. So I've already placed an add-on section here with a clamp. This is your add-on section, which just fits into this groove section. Place it straight on there. Make sure they're flush at either end. Okay. So the next bit we're going to do is just, I've already marked them, and how I mark them is I just use a hinge plate and just put a little mark in there. And the reason I mark them that far in is because obviously I'm taking it away from the sash cleat, and I don't want to be drilling it into the sash cleat in there. So I'll just mark those there. This one's already clamped in place. So I'm going to go with through the centre line of the drill centre line here with a mark with a 4mm first. So down the two sections, and then go with a 5mm just on the outer section, just to create that little bit of space, and then through with a stainless steel screw just to hold it in place. Okay, so I'll do that 100mm from this end, 100mm from the top end, and then intermediately up the sash section, and so I'll do the other side now. We've created the space of the Euro groove now for the lock assembly, so we're just going to slot the lock in to that section. So it just slots in there. Now I'm just going to insert the lock barrel just to centralise everything. There we go. Okay, so that's in position. So what we need to do now is just fasten this in. So it's a case of using a 5.5mm drill into these two hole sections, this whole section first. So we're just going to drill through two membranes. We have a fixing screw and then a clamping plate. So that's your fixing screw, which slots into there. The clamping plate, which I'll show, so that would pop into here, like so. And then just drop this fixing screw into the hole. And that's fixed in. You can see how it fixes through. I'll just turn it around so you can see. It fixes through that section there and holds it all together. So you just repeat that up and down the whole lock assembly, and then that'll secure your lock into place. What we'll do now is we're going to glue the little plastic blocks on the sash extension parts. So they come in a pair, and so you just twist them off. The reason I'm doing this now is obviously I'm going to glue them and then just let them set while I get on with doing something else. So you can see the profile, so it sits there, and what you have is you have one of these little sections, just slides in the end. See where the groove is? The groove is matched in like the plastic section. So just slide it in there. So it's like so. And then I'll just slide it a little bit past. I use a bit of gel glue so it doesn't slide everywhere. then just run it back forwards so it just picks up the gel, and then you know it's going to glue in. Okay, make sure whatever you do, don't glue your fingers together. Okay, yeah, that's just on the edge, so just pull it back. Just make sure that it's 100% flush, flat at the end, because that's where you want it. Again, I just go and wipe that the excess glue off there. So you want to repeat that on all sides. So this side, on all the profiles, apart from the add-on multi-point lock end. So you don't do those, and you just do those two for the time being. While we're allowing for these to dry, we'll also glue on the end cap sections, which are these two sections here. They're actually fit on the end of the swing door rebate section, so they just want to glue on this end and this end, which we're just going to do now. Again, just glue both sides. This side, so the glue comes out. There we go. Such. And also in that section as well. And then I'll just sit into this section here, so you can see it just slides in. And then just want to glue on top of that there. Okay? Do the same thing. Setting the hinge plate position next. So we're going to set the hinge plates to the position that's in your main technical manual. So the position is 48mm, so from the top of the sash to the top of the end plate is 48mm, and the bottom one is 50. So we'll do the top one first. So I've set my calipers to 48mm, I don't know if you can see that, so 48mm on there. So I just pop my caliper in there, do the little hole and grub screw, slide it up to that point, 48mm, which is there, just tighten it up. So this is the top one, and then I'm going to reset my caliper to 50mm, so 50mm is the bottom dimension, so just going to reset it there, so that's 50mm. I'm going to turn this round. One. So we insert the caliper in there, undo the little grub screw, slide that down until it touches, tighten that point up. Okay, so they're the positions for your hinge plates. So you want to do that dimension measurement on all hinge plates. So 48mm from the top and 50 from the bottom. Now the plastic elements have dried on this sections. We're going to insert the gasketing and the seals. So we've got the sash extension gasket, which is just going to slide into this section here. You can see that just there. Yep, in that section there, and it is quite tight sometimes to put in. Okay, so just trying to feed it in that end. Yeah, and then just. I always have it so it's slightly hanging down like this, so that it doesn't pull itself out as it feeds in. It's quite difficult trying to do it on camera and you're trying to feed it in and do it yourself, sort of scenario. You can see it's not too bad, it just generally slides in. You just need to sometimes just need to put a little bit of silicone in the outside. Okay, and you want to leave about that much hanging off the end because we're going to trim and shape this. So that's that one done. The other one's just a little flipper seal. So again, this is the door rebate seal. So the section, so you actually want the flip section, as you can see, this side just push fits into here, slide it all the way down, yeah, push fits in at the end. Okay, so that's those two done. We'll fit this one onto the lead door in a second, just by screwing it on. we're going to install this Sash extension onto the Sash now, and just show you how to do that. So as previously, I've just marked out using my hinge plate again. In here, just take it past the cleat, and similar at the other end. So we're just going to attach it on. It's a case of what I normally do is I normally pop that there. I have a little, just a little block on the inside, and then I just use a speed clamp just to hold it in place. Just while I drill it and secure it into place. Okay, so the key thing on this is to make sure that the actual extension itself is 100% level at the end, like here. If you need to move it out from section to section, then do so, but that is a key point, because once your gasket goes in there, if this is slightly out, your gasket will either fold in or fold out. So that looks as that's exactly where it needs to be. So I'll go through with my 4mm drill first in the place that I put it in, using the centerline drill space. So I'll just put that in there. And then just open up the outside hole of it. I'll just use my 5mm. And then now I'm just going to go through with a little stainless steel panning screw, just to fix it into place, like so. Okay, that's fixed into place. So repeat that for this side. On the internal side, you just use the Sash extension without the gasket in it. So this section is only for the outside face. Point of note, when you're fitting the Sash extension for the bottom one with the shoot bolt plate on it, if you actually start it from about here, you're going to have to sort of just feed it in, and then you'll pull it and you hear that click, and then slide it along to where it needs to be and then fix.